Hello everyone, welcome and happy new year for the people just joining today. I have been working yesterday on this new area with a few farms, and the main problem that I was just having is planning to do the farms, all those home gardens, being on the terrain not completely plain, because I was using this decal, and I was just also fixing using Raycast to find the place to put according to the terrain. And doing like that, I have a few problems with detecting collision for the plants when you are just planting or just working. So I was just changing a few things. I was just fixing with some idea, creating like another box. This just continue with the player following during the time you are inside of the big one. So in the end, it is working. So it works well, and also it's giving me the option to have these kind of farms that are looking much nicer than the one that I was just having completely plain. So I really like how it goes, and everything is working exactly the same. So just to show you how it is going, working is exactly the same. So initially you don't have, in case that this is something automatic, you will have this. So this one needs to be empty. Okay. So this one is something that I cannot control, so it's being controlled automatically, and you see that it's just detecting the plants there. That's fine. Or in that case, it's something that I can just create. So in that case, I can plant them. So just planting, and it's also detecting I can plant just close to this area, or just detecting the plant that I'm just working on it. So you see that this is working both of them. So I can plant, and also I can just manage small crops that I have already. So this is like a big place for planting, and you can just control all the plants that you have here. So that's something good. So this one has been already fixed, and I will continue working on this area with more things for adding a few more things. I was also working on this small trail yesterday, the last time. So this is something also giving access to this area. What I will continue today probably is just populating a bit of this part with some props around the house, and also I would like to create a trail, big one for the carts, not this one for peasants, but big one for the carts that should be maybe going on this direction, going to the town directly. So for that I need to maybe work a bit on this area, but I would like to have this manor house and church paint, something that I will do later. So in that case, I prefer maybe not create this trail at the moment, but usually the trail is still helping me with a reference. So just creating the trail is easy to manage, or I could just work a bit on this one. This is already connecting to the town, so this is the closest part that I'm working before I'm starting with town. I'm planning to start with this one on Monday. Hola Miguel, bienvenido. A ver qué tal se porta hoy internet, porque ayer hubo problemas técnicos, pero creo que es solo por la tarde, porque por la mañana me funciona perfectamente. Creo que es solo por la tarde los problemas técnicos. Ya arreglé también las granjas y se puede plantar y todo en terrenos desiguales. Y todo funciona, así que creo que voy a cambiar algunas, porque estaban por aquí un poco aburridas, todas eran iguales, y quizás voy a cambiar un poco aquí el terreno para que haya un poco algo desigual por aquí, por ejemplo este. So just having the option to create like not completely plain farms or home garden. Ah no, se me cortó 4 veces y tuve incluso que reiniciar el router. Así que fue un poco desastre, porque bueno, la gente se fue, es normal. Voy a poner algo más. Me pasó ayer y antes de ayer también. Tuve incluso que reiniciar el router porque no iba. Un poco desastre. Al final estuve 4 horas me parece, pero bueno, ya te digo que hubo que cortar varias veces incluso. Pero sí, puede ser que a lo mejor un rato que estuviste estuvo bien, y cuando saliste pues quizá empezaron los problemas. Pero bueno, sí que tuve problemas y tuve que reiniciar incluso varias veces. Por eso en los vídeos haré como 4 vídeos, me parece, del streaming de ayer. Por suerte YouTube te mantiene, te espera un poco y te mantiene los vídeos en uno solo. Así que por lo menos los vídeos de YouTube, aunque tengan cortes, porque hay cortes del vídeo, al menos están todos en uno. Y ahora esto lo voy a bajar. No, este. ¿Es que están los dos juntos o qué? Ahora. Entonces aquí tenemos un problema técnico. Bueno, vamos a ver si arreglamos esto un poco. Y luego hacemos la otra valla distinta y ya está. Aquí vamos a darle a 256. Painting. A ver, school. Es verdad, como no te puedes ir. Ahora no te puedes ir, porque si te vas empiezan a fallar las cosas. Ahora te tienes que quedar. Todo se estropeó. Bueno, hacemos aquí el camino. Smooth. Y ahora arreglamos aquí la valla, pero bueno. A ver. Está por aquí. Pero no lo digas porque a lo mejor luego la gente de culpa. Va todo mal porque se ha ido. Tengo ya ganas de empezar el pueblo. Es lo que tengo ganas de empezar ya el pueblo nuevo. Pero un poco de disciplina. Vamos a terminar este área, que si no empezamos con el pueblo y luego no lo terminamos. Así que vamos a intentar a ver si todas las partes que conecten están más o menos terminadas. Para que alrededor, aunque solo sean partes alrededor, esté un poco hecho. Por aquí. Y ahora tenemos que cambiar esta granja. Hay que ampliarlo aquí a 100. Correcto. Aquí nos quedan aquí nuestras granjas muy chulas. Muy chulas. Aquí tenemos... Eso podríamos hacerlo un poco más grande. 350. Algo más prisa así. Y ahora tengo que arreglar esta. Ese chingo. No sé si voy a poder... Se la ha roto. No creo que sea suficiente. Va a ser un poco chapucilla, yo creo. Rotación 7. No, vamos a tener que hacerla nueva. Son 3. Bueno, podemos hacerla. Bueno, aparte de que esto está demasiado, hay que ajustar esto un poco. Quizás Aquí. Smooth. Sí, el juego tiene fin. Lo que no tiene fin es hacerlo. Yo creo. Pero sí, el juego en realidad es una historia y se termina. O sea, no tiene... Se hace la historia y se termina en principio. ¿Cómo de larga va a ser? No lo sé, porque en principio yo había pensado que sería a lo mejor 1 hora o 2 horas o algo así. Y hice una demo chorra que eran 3 mini misiones que no eran nada y se tardaba casi 30 minutos. Así que me parece a mí que va a ser bastante más largo de un par de horas. Pero sí, en principio se termina. Luego la idea es que quiero hacer más personajes. Como lo he comentado otras veces, quiero hacer más personajes en el mismo escenario, es decir, el mapa es exactamente el mismo, pero tu personaje es distinto, con las misiones son distintas y tienes acceso a cosas distintas. Por ejemplo, en el primer caso, que es el que estoy haciendo, que es por hacer uno el primero, es el caso del granjero o el campesino, en el que tus skill trees van subiendo, por ejemplo, cuando plantas cosas, ¿no? Sin embargo, si luego tú juegas el rol del monje, pues plantar no son tus skill trees y no es una cosa que tú haces, pero sí a lo mejor que sea rezar o que vayas a la iglesia o leas libros o algo así. Es decir, que incluso lo que es el modo de juego es distinto, aunque el terreno es exactamente el mismo para, digamos, reutilizar todo el mapa, pero todas las mecánicas y todo, pero hay mecánicas distintas y también hay que actualizarlo para que se ajuste ahora. Pero el mapa en sí será el mismo, lo que pasa es que tendrás distintos roles que puedes jugar. Entonces, bueno, iré añadiendo y ya está. Hola, Guillem. Por supuesto que está arreglado, por supuesto. Sí, no tardé mucho, me hice una pequeña idea y lo arreglé rápidamente. Lo que hago es que cuando entras, como lo último que había comentado, cuando entras en el cuadro, lo que hago es que hago un spawn de un box collision justo debajo del player, digamos en los pies, que se mueve con el player cuando andas. Entonces, siempre que apuntas, digamos, al suelo, apuntas a ese cuadro y te permite plantar, ¿vale? Y si, por ejemplo, te acercas a una planta, la planta es más alta que ese cuadro, por lo cual ves la planta y no el suelo. Es que hubo un montón de problemas porque la solución que hice con el terreno tenía que meter otros raycast, no se detectaba, no detectaba el objeto interactivo que estaba haciendo el raycast, tenía que duplicar el raycast. La verdad es que se complicó mucho porque no me estaba dando la opción de interactivo, se borraba el menú, porque un raycast decía que sí, pero el otro decía que no, y entonces incluso se borraba lo que era el icono en pantalla, parpadeaba, con lo cual tuve muchos más problemas. Y lo que hice fue, digamos, añadir otro interactivo justo debajo. Y así funciona todo sin problema. Funcionan las plantas y todo, o sea que... Sí, en realidad es... O sea, el player cuando entra en el cuadro este verde, para que te me entiendas, entra en el cuadro verde, en ese momento empieza un loop en el que está todo el tiempo añadiendo, o sea, crea un box collision justo debajo del player, los pies, digamos, y está actualizando todo el tiempo. Si el player se mueve, lo actualiza a la posición del player, por lo cual ese box collision está siempre debajo del player. Y cuando el player, digamos, mira hacia abajo, le hace la colisión con ese box collision. Lo que pasa es que es muy pequeño y está justo en los pies. Es muy pequeño y es justo donde funciona, ¿verdad? Por ejemplo, voy a hacer aquí. Ah, lo que pasa aquí no, porque este no, porque me dará solo la planta, ¿vale? O sea, me va a dar que yo puedo trabajar aquí en la planta, ¿ves? No puedo plantar porque digamos que este terreno no es mío, solo puedo trabajar, pero lo voy a cambiar en un momento para que yo sí pueda trabajar aquí, ¿vale? Owned by player. Y ahora supone que yo puedo plantar aquí. En el momento en que yo entro en el cubo, ¿vale? En el momento en que yo entro en el cubo, en ese momento él me pone un cuadro justo debajo de mí. Aquí no, todo esto no detecta el terreno, solo detecta el pequeño cuadro que hay justo debajo de mí. Cuando me muevo, el cuadro va conmigo. De hecho, si me muevo más rápido, por ejemplo, debería, o sea, si no da tiempo, no daría tiempo a que ni siquiera el cuadro llegue a verme. Pero si yo voy caminando, por ejemplo, sí da tiempo a que sea. Entonces yo puedo plantar en cualquier sitio, por ejemplo aquí, planto y me pone eso. Sin embargo, la colisión de las plantas son más grandes que, digamos, que ese cuadro que pongo debajo del player, porque la colisión de las plantas es siempre grande. Si la planta es pequeña o grande no importa, la colisión es siempre grande, para que sea fácil trabajar en él. Entonces incluso yo voy por aquí, ¿no ves? Me da la opción de farm, incluso aunque no hay planta. Pero cuando la planta crece, pues para que se ajuste, en vez de reajustar, sea tan pequeño que hay que acertar, bueno, en principio todo este cuadro es la planta. Pero si me voy fuera del cuadro, pues ya me da plantar, porque ya me encuentra el cuadro de debajo. El cuadro incluso rota con el player y se mueve con el player, es decir, en realidad es solo un cuadro aquí enfrente. No hay ni por la derecha, ni atrás, ni abajo, ni nada, es simplemente un pequeño cuadro aquí hacia adelante, como un pasillo, en el que todo este pasillo que yo apunte me detecta ese bloque. Y en ese bloque que detecta, pues puedo plantar. Cuando pincho plantar, él calcula la posición del puntero, calcula un raycast y da el sitio donde plantar. Y en ese momento, este es más grande que el terreno, es más alto, digamos, el box collision de la planta es más alto que el cuadradito que tengo de pasillo de terreno que queda por debajo. Entonces, primero encuentra la planta y luego encontraría el terreno por distinto. Entonces, siempre me permite plantar y también me detecta las plantas para trabajar en ellas. Es decir, yo aquí le doy a trabajar en esta, por ejemplo, y aunque la planta ha crecido, el box collision es exactamente el mismo, ¿vale? Eso no ha cambiado, solamente cambia el tamaño de la planta. Vamos, el scale del model. Y todo lo demás me da opción de plantar. Incluso puedo plantar muy cerca de esta, siempre y cuando no sea justo a la planta, ¿no? Pero a ver cuándo puedo plantar. O sea, cuando me salga del... Aquí, por ejemplo, estoy ya fuera de la... A ver, aquí... ¿Vale? Y podría plantar muy cerca. En este caso seguramente me va a dar la colisión del otro, pero... Ahora ya. ¿Vale? Y aquí pues ya tengo la colisión de este, la colisión de este y bien suelo otra vez, que una vez que me salga. Así que funciona perfectamente, yo creo, no hay ningún problema. Incluso reajusto para que, como el cuadro es un pasillo hacia adelante, el tamaño donde se puede plantar se reduzca para que te detecte o autodetecte que termina antes de que te salgas, digamos, del cuadro. Nada, unos pequeños ajustes y ya está, tampoco... Pero sí, funciona ya por lo menos. Y oye, quedan, a mí me parece que quedan mucho mejor las granjas. Estamos aquí. Las granjas así en curva y demás quedan, me parece a mí, mucho mejor. Así que hay que ajustar un poco el terreno. No, al revés. Un poco aquí, un poco aquí. Vamos a reducir un poco. Y ahora pues da muchas más posibilidades de hacer cosas más chulas, ¿no? Lo que es el terreno, yo creo, vamos, que... Sí, además que no tiene, o sea, no tiene impacto en el sentido de que solo tiene impacto cuando estás dentro. Luego ya, si te sale, lógicamente no tiene impacto ninguno, ¿no? Así que sí, queda bien y no tiene problemas de rendimiento ni nada. Sencillo. Como aquí tampoco hay más objetos, es decir, cuando hay plantaciones solo hay o las plantas o el terreno. O sea, no voy a poner ni puertas, ni ventanas, ni sillas, ni nada de eso. Entonces no hay problema de colisión con nada que sea también interactivo, ¿no? Es que incluso puedo hacer, por ejemplo, cosas como esta y funciona. Es decir, ahora tengo que reactualizarlo con esto. Hasta en este terreno funciona, es decir, puedo hacer cualquier terreno que funciona, por ejemplo, así. Si le doy aquí a actualizar a este para que se repinte, se ajusta el terreno. O sea, no hay ningún problema, el terreno puede estar lo más desigual que quiera, que la granja funciona siempre. ¿Sabes? Va a funcionar sin problema. Así que me parece que queda mucho mejor y da la posibilidad esa de tener los terrenos más desiguales y puedes plantar también. O sea que esto me parece que está muy bien. Voy a estar un poco por aquí. Y aunque no esté perfectamente plano, pues ya está, también funciona. No hay que matarse ahí mucho. Aquí me quería poner otra valla, pero quizá voy a tener que... No sé si ponerla o simplemente, bueno, dejarlo así, porque está un poco difícil de poner, por decirlo así. Va a ser bastante curva y creo que va a quedar peor que otra cosa. Por ejemplo, aquí, que este ya está hecho, ¿no? Pues... Podemos aquí actualizarle. Vamos a poner aquí el tamaño, por ejemplo... Cuenta. Y lo que podemos hacer es simplemente, pues, estropear un poco el terreno, ¿no? Hacemos algo así para que el terreno no sea completamente plano. Y incluso así funciona. Bueno, ya da un poco posibilidad de que haya un poco un terreno más distinto, ¿no? Por aquí. Si quitamos todo esto, pues más o menos se ve que el terreno no es completamente plano, pero bueno, funciona. En realidad cuando empieza el juego se reajustan todos, o sea, no hay problema porque aunque no esté perfectamente aquí ajustado, sí que se reajustan todos, o sea que no hay problema. Así que ahora habrá que revisar todos los que ya tenemos para crear algo más interesante o más chulo, porque los que hay son todos completamente planos, así que habrá que revisarlos y bueno, crear terrenos más desiguales. Por ejemplo, los que creamos aquí, que eran, porque bueno, los que son muy pequeños como este, bueno, no pasa nada, es decir, funciona igual, no hay problema. Pero los que hicimos, por ejemplo, aquí, que eran bastante más grandes, son todos completamente planos y podríamos simplemente, no sé, mover un poco el terreno o hacer algo desigual por aquí y ya está. Así que puedo simplemente meter un poco de variación. Podemos crear aquí algo así. Y ahora hacemos un smooth, pero bueno. Smooth. El terreno es desigual. Y también tenemos que ajustar aquí los tamaños de las granjas, pero en principio ya tenemos un terreno un poco desigual para que no sea completamente plano. Ahora lo que tenemos que hacer es ajustar estas distancias a, por ejemplo, 30. Y este también algo más grande. Pasa que no sé si esto es suficiente. Este sí, pero este no. Veo que es muy pequeño. Ah, porque el número se cambió. Y aquí también. Ya está, y así tenemos los terrenos un poco más desiguales. Hombre, este es demasiado, ¿eh? Aquí un agujero tampoco es eso. Pero podemos trabajar con cosas así que yo creo que quedan bastante más chulas. Aquí podemos trabajar un poco. Los terrenos no son planos. Ya está, así. Me parece a mí que tiene aquí también smooth. Mucho, pero suficiente. Con que haya un poco de variación ya se nota que el terreno no es completamente plano. Y ya pues queda chulo. Texture. A ver. Vamos. Puedo hacer lo mismo aquí. Voy a hacer también algunas variaciones en este terreno porque si no quedan demasiado planas. Smooth skull. Smooth. Smooth. Esto se ve, si se da play aquí se ve. Yo creo que estos están desactivados, por eso no funcionan. Aquí. Incluso las piedras que no tienen decal está correcto. Efectivamente. Disable, enable. Sí, funciona todo. Disable. Pasa que estos por aquí, por ejemplo, son muy pequeños. No hay problema. Este es Enable Player. Quiero comprobar si están los límites correctos. Es decir, aquí podría plantar. Aquí ya no puedo plantar. Aquí sí. Aquí no. Simplemente para evitar estar demasiado en el límite. Así que me parece a mí que esta es demasiado pequeña. O sea, aquí sí. Aquí me da más o menos correcto. En esta dirección. Sí. Yo creo que está bien. Te obliga a plantar en el centro. Así que sin problema. Correcto. Change. Enable player. Y el resto son muy pequeños ya. No merece cambiar el terreno para esos pequeños. Aquí podemos crear un bosque. Vamos a crear aquí un bosque. Esto hay que reducirlo un poco. ¿Qué es esto? Con listo de volumen. Manager. Smooth. level synchronous. Que funciona muy mal, pega muchos tirones y es muy difícil pintar porque en realidad thank you all for the hosting. 25 game dev, welcome. I'm not completely sure if you will have the notification on the stream because it seems to me that Streamlab is not working or having really big delay, but anyway, I'm just saying here thank you for the hosting, and I will just add right now the link here. So let me just see here. This one. So for people that doesn't know this one, they are also doing a game, and they are using Unity, but I mean they are doing also a game and doing a lot of processes like painting all the concept art and then modeling and then creating the textures and everything. Also doing streaming, so if you are interested in it, they are also creating a few different games, not only a single one. It's a main one, but they are creating also another game. So if you are interested, just check this. This streaming could be maybe interesting for you. Okay. Definitely, I should create something like hills for some areas of the map, like for example here creating like a hill instead of having just forest. So there are a few areas that are empty, that's fine. Jesus, so bad. This is not very important area, so I will just paint like that. I'm planning in the future to expand also the map on this direction to have the castle here in this area, so this is something that I will just redo when I'm just expanding the map and recreating all this area. So I will just delete the grass and create maybe trails or things like that. So at the moment, to go faster, I will just paint grass here to not have completely empty, but this is something that I will just change. So I would like to have here a forest because I need a few forests where you can just gather resources, also like herbs or wood, stone, things like that. I can add of course a few houses inside to have some gameplay, but at least I need some space for forests and not only houses, towns and trails. So that's when just trying, I don't know, add a few forests around, which is kind of realistic. So it's supposed to be that you have nature around this small town, so not everything can be populated with houses and farms and everything. Okay, so what I need to do now is maybe put in some flowers for this area. So I will use this one and this one, that one. Create something much bigger. Hard to see painting because the cool distance is just hiding all of them, so I don't see exactly where I'm painting. That's fine. Oops, there's a hole here for some reason. So I will paint also grass here. That's fine. And I need to also add a few trees. It's supposed to be a forest. The trees are quite bad and not looking nice, but that's what I have right now. And I would like to have also this, the yellow ones, but not a lot of them. So just to create something. Some areas where you can find them. And now I will add trees. I will probably add manually them. Need to change the layer, and I'm going to create something bigger, so probably something bigger. Let's try with this to see what is the distance creating them. Just randomly. Or maybe the density is a bit low, because I see that just painting and not even adding a single tree. So maybe I need to increase the density. This is supposed to be the forest, so it's supposed to be here. More trees, and just usually, or maybe it's too much, but I can just delete a few of them now. Yeah, some of them are really close. I could use also this radius to avoid having them too close. I think I can just manage manually. I will delete a few of them. I think it's already too much. So, for example, this one we have a lot of them. So delete this and delete this one also. Also, the performance of the trees that I have right now is quite bad, so I'm just trying to avoid having a lot of them. Those three together, we will delete maybe this and this one. And I will add some of them manually. Let's see, for example, here. Of course the forest is quite bad because I'm missing, for example, all the bushes or small plants that should be inside of the forest. But yeah, this is something that I will redo completely when I have better trees and more models for vegetation, not only grass and trees. Yeah. I don't think it's really nice, but I mean, this is what I have right now. So I will just better move and do other things than just spending here on it. That's something that I'm planning to replace later. We can just walk a bit inside to see how it looks. Definitely not nice, but oops. Okay. Okay. I need to fix this one. Let's just walk a bit. It's a bit steep in this area. That's fine. I like that from inside you cannot see any building, so that's nice, that's good. But probably the performance is quite bad. It's so bad trees and oh, okay, floating grass because I was just modifying the terrain here. So yeah, floating grass. That's fine. And I think this is the old part of the level, and this is the new one. So that was the connection between them, I think. But I like this thing that being inside you cannot see or almost see anything from outside. For example, the buildings, and you really need to go out of the forest. But there are a few holes to see things already. What is the hole here? So let's fix the problem with the grass. First thing is just selecting all the grass. Well, I will paint the holes first. So here, something smaller. Okay. And now let's remove the grass that we have. Yeah, this is exactly the connection of the level. So that's probably the point. No, this is not. This is here. Okay, selecting, and I will create something bigger. To select all this grass, also the ferns. So I can just remove this. It's kind of patching. Something like that. Since that are even under the terrain grass. Yes. I see. Just to be sure. As I would like to see under the terrain if we have any grass floating here. Since not, just in case, we'll do a little bit more. And I will just repaint. That's easy. Okay, repainting, not this. Let me hide the trees at the moment, should be easier for painting. But then I'm not seeing the stones that I have in the forest. But probably I need to delete also the stones that I have here to create something nice. I was just using this one to hide the holes that I have on this barricade when I'm using kind of just to block the player just falling down. As I was just increasing the level, this one have been moved and I don't have any more of this. So I don't really need all those stones. Could be nice, of course, to have something in the forest, but I can just create something later. Okay. I think more or less fine. It's something that I'm not used right now, so there's no gameplay on this forest except just a resource like stones or wood. So it's something that can be as it is, and when I have things to do or some gameplay, I can just redo this one completely. Like for example, adding a few buildings inside or something interesting to do there. Ahora mismo estoy comprobando y en principio me va bien, en principio. Pero bueno, si le pasa a más gente me lo comentas. Ahora mismo a mí en principio me va bien y no tengo ningún fotograma perdido en OBS. Y internet de momento va bien, pero pudiera ser que vamos a tener problemas técnicos. Si pasara, pues me lo comenta. Darle a refresh a ver si tiene simplemente retraso con el emisor. Pero en principio de momento va bien, OBS, de momento. A ver lo que nos dura. Si no nos pasa algo. Enable. And I would like to see how looks this small forest from the other side of the map, on the river. Well, it's completely empty, of course. It's just billboards only, and the grass is not being painted, just for performance, of course. There is a hole here, a couple of them, and they're really close to the trail. So I will try to fix this, painting, single light. Okay. Puede ser, no sé, ahora mismo a mí no me da aquí ningún error y en principio me va bien. Ahora mismo. Ya te digo, por las mañanas no suelo tener problemas. Problemas por la tarde, por lo que sea, y también la hora. Pero ahora mismo no hay problema. De todos modos, ahora estoy mirándolo porque, claro, como me ha pasado 2 días, tengo el miedo de que me esté pasando, ¿no? So from this side, you see the trees are just hiding everything. That's fine. There's nothing to see here. This is just forest. Quizá a lo mejor es tu internet porque yo emito a 1080 a 30 frames por segundo. Bitrate 3500, a lo mejor está un poco alto, quiero decir alto para tu internet. Just checking from other sides of the map how this small forest is looking for. For some reason could be, for example, being aligning all the trees or things like that. This area is still empty. I'm planning to do a few things here, but that looks fine. I'm from those houses. But this is already far, so you only see the billboard, no grass, anything. That's nice that you see it down here. Of course I need to reduce the cool distance, because I would like just to hide this one too far. Haz una prueba de un test de velocidad, a ver si te da la velocidad que se supone que te da el operador. Estoy yo aquí en principio cuando hago mis test va bien, yo tengo 100 megabits, estoy emitiendo a 4, con lo cual lógicamente no hay problema de internet, tengo margen suficiente. The forest looks fine. One from another point. What, not this one. I'm from the main trail. It's supposed to be that there's a walk on this direction. Well, this one initially is far, so it's good that those hills are just hiding them. Yeah, hiding the forest. Also, a few here are hiding this forest. Okay, can I use this? No. That's bad, of course, but the rest is fine. I mean, from this point they are working well. And maybe some of them are being disappearing already. That's good. I think the distance is fine. Well, in fact you cannot be here because you should be at this direction, so that's fine that trees are just disappearing from the distance. That's good. Oh, I would like to see how is this going on the distance when I have different lighting, I mean different time of day. So from this point, no, no, this. Also in the evening I have problems with the normal map of the trees, so in that case I have like strange lighting. That's why I'm just checking a bit. Yeah, that's fine. Oops. And also I was thinking to reduce the fog intensity, because I was just using in the small town and looks fine, but when I have like bigger map, this distance is maybe too much, so I probably will reduce the fog that I have, which looks more or less fine when you are close to this one, but this is not going well. I would like to use the what is this cool distant volume that I have, but I'm not sure exactly how it works, and that's why I have something strange for that. So, cool distance volume. And this is not being painted for some reason. Okay. Okay. Because I'm planning to use one for all the map at the moment. Maybe later I can just create some more, being more specific for that. But at the moment, so X would be 6,000, 60,000. Yeah, I think it's enough at the moment. What I need to do is adjust all those distance. I'm not clear how it is working. Also, I need to use this G game mode. And let me see if I can just see with this the houses, for example, its distance is just disappearing. For example, here I think it's enough already for those houses, should be just disappearing all of them. Oh, sorry, enable. But this is something strange because, for example, you can see this is not all about the mobile things stuff. That's why I have those windows things like that, they are being working. But also expecting to have the houses a bit closer. So for some reason they are even not working, or I don't know. The house is just coming here really close to this. So it should maybe increase this distance to 10,000. And then the small things should be just disappearing faster. or appearing closer, which is the distance for this, I think. So 5000 for example could be fine, or maybe it's too much. I mean, coming from this point, expecting to be not so fast disappearing. So let's try things like that. Just I want to have like a small props and houses. As you see, for example, the chart is already disappearing at the distance, which is not much. So let's increase this. Okay. And let's see how big this house is just disappearing. Okay, this is the distance for 20,000, which is probably still not enough. Okay. But for example, this distance could be, that's fine. It's enough for this distance. Also having the fog, supposed to be that the houses are already disappearing. Not counting about the mobile part, because I know that it's just only working on static things. But yeah, this is just appearing. 25,000 seems fine. So from, let's say from this town, you cannot see the rest of the town. Even you have a lot of things like trees in the middle and things like that, but that's fine. So they are just disappearing. Muy bien, Miguel, descansa un poco. Gracias por venir. Luego nos vemos. And I was thinking, for example, also about the manor house that here is already disappearing, I think. If I'm just going closer, yeah, the houses are just coming from this distance, which seems fine. I should maybe check to the small props. This small thing, this is the first value. And everything being bigger than this is always painting, but I don't think that they have things so big. So that's fine. I would like to do the opposite one. So coming, for example, from this point, I would like to see how the houses on another part is just being painted. So from this point, I cannot see the houses here, for example, which is fine not seeing the another town. But maybe all the trees are, yeah, the trees are almost hiding everything, so this is not a big problem having this one. What I would like to do is also adjusting all the doors and windows to be removed. So yeah, when you are just starting the trail, so let's say you start here the trail and then the house appears just in front. So here disappear, then appearing again. It's a bit popping, so maybe I can just do something a bit bigger. But the problem is even bigger that if you have more than one town being painted at the same time, it's like a lot. So let's keep as it is right now this. And let me see also about the small props, how far they are being painted. Okay, so they disappear here for the market, for example. I think in that case it's fine because you have a lot of things here in the middle, but maybe from the manor house this distance is not enough. So let me see from this point what is happening with the market. Well, maybe the solution for that is adding a few trees if they have better performance. So yeah, here the market is disappearing, which is just more or less fine. I could just increase a bit the distance for that, like 10,000 should be enough to be disappearing a bit far. Yeah, like that. For example, this is so small really that you cannot see this one, so that's fine. For example, here the house, I supposed to be like from this point, for example, all the small things are not being painted, or supposed to be. Yeah, so I can see that the pros are just coming at the same time that it's just approaching. And I would like to have also, can I just change this one to be on the top? I know that is not needed, there is no order for that, but it will be easier to have this one order by reference. So this one's here, 100 will be 10,000, and I can use, for example, something really small like 50 for 5,000. So really small items will be deleted before earlier. So in that case, all the houses should be here. What is happening if I change this one just for testing? Should be just okay, deleting the house. That's good, because I want to, I see here for example, I want to change also the cool distance for some of the mobile things, like for example the doors, and should be the same as I have with the houses, so they're just disappearing at the same time, exactly at the same time. So for that I will just try to change this, which is door, and let me see if I can just change on the blueprint. So buildings, no, but just this door. Do I have door here? Door VP. I could use just the base door for that. Okay, if I'm choosing this one, but this is coming from base door, exactly. So yeah, what I need to change is the base door, and I hope that I can change there the distance. Door base, and this is my static mesh, and I would like to have this one, if I can just adjust to this one manually, the cool distance. So the space is not interesting, collision not interesting, lining, rendering here, scale. Yeah, in that case it is true, but the problem is this one is more movable. In that case, it's not being affected for this one, so I need to manually configure this one. I'm not sure which is the value that I should use. Min draw, max draw distance. So let's say this one and see what is happening with this. I'm not sure. Is that compiling? No. Compile. Why so slow? Seems to me that it's not doing anything. I mean, compiling or doing anything, I don't have any progress. I really don't know what is this doing. Okay, finally. And okay, so the doors are also disappearing with some distance. So it's just configuring this one disappearing. In that case, too much. But I was just wanted to use is the same as I have for these values. So for example, this one is the houses are disappearing 2,500. and doors should be just appearing almost at the same time. That's strange that one of them is working, I mean disappearing, but another one is not. Okay, now it's disappearing. Let's say from, just since the doors are disappearing a bit later, so I should just reduce this value to be a bit smaller. So in case that this one is 25,000, I should use, for example, 24,000. I hope that the proportion is just working for that. The navigation, compiling. Maybe I could just try another model, because this one I have a lot of instance of doors in the level, and this is maybe the reason that it's taking too long to reconfigure everything. Yeah, I think that that's the problem. So maybe I will just check this distance to be accurate after the stream, because it seems to me that it's really long, like 1 minute for just compiling or replacing all the values on the level. It's really slow. Okay, and then saving now. So it's closer, but not enough. Yeah, we can just replace or just remove all the doors from the houses. The windows I need to adjust exactly the same, but this is not a big problem. Okay, frozen computer. I need to adjust things, for example, like like the bell here, of course the windows and doors, and also the benches that I'm using, because some of them are mobile. Déjame leer. El tema está en que es un componente aparte, es decir, es un componente que tiene su propio pivot point para la rotación y que es un blueprint en sí, que tiene unas cuantas cosas, ¿no?, de configuración. Entonces no puedo hacerle un parent en ese sentido, porque aunque lo es decir, aunque la puerta es un componente añadido a la casa, es móvil. Como es móvil, no se ve afectado por el cool distance volume, que es el que tengo aquí, el volumen principal, ¿vale? Entonces, este cool distance volume maneja todos los statics, pero no los móviles. Entonces, como las puertas ventanas son movibles, no se ven afectados por esto, y hay que manualmente ponerle un valor en el, digamos, en el blueprint, ¿de acuerdo? Entonces no se ve afectado por este para que fuesen juntos, y entonces lo que afecta a la casa no tiene nada que ver con la puerta, porque no tienen relación ninguna. Entonces, como no están efectivamente en el mismo punto exacto, porque no lo están, ¿entiendes? Pues es lo que hay que intentar un poco ajustar, esa distancia que se ponga antes o después, pero por mucho que aunque sean un componente, ¿entiendes? Que lo es. Por ejemplo, si tengo cualquier casa, esta casa mismo, ¿no? O la que estábamos ahora mismo viendo aquí, el establo. En realidad, si te fijas, el static mesh de lo que sería el establo en sí es estático, y este sí se ve afectado por el cool distance volume. Pero yo tengo un door que eso es un componente, un child actor component, que está en el mismo que este de aquí, ¿entiendes? Pero no se ve afectado. Incluso le pusiera como el hijo de este static mesh, tampoco se ve afectado porque es móvil. Entonces no se ven afectados por el cool distance volume. No. Entonces hay que ponerle el valor. Lo que no puedo hacer es ponerlo en el centro para que tenga el mismo pivot point, ¿entiendes? No es posible. Además de que el tamaño en sí es distinto, por eso no se ve afectado en absoluto por ese valor, sino que hay que ponerlo a mano. Tampoco es mucho problema, es decir, si el objeto está desapareciendo porque está muy lejos, Bueno, pues que desaparezcan más o menos al mismo tiempo, un poco antes o un poco después. Quitar una casa entera, si la casa ahí no la ves, te aseguro que la ventana tampoco. ¿Me explico? Lo que pasa es que bueno, que se oculten todas las cosas para que no queden pintándose las puertas y ventanas y las casas no. Entonces cuando la casa desaparezca, que es muy grande, pues puede desaparecer la puerta incluso un poco antes o un poco después, no hay problema. Pero bueno, intentar más o menos ajustar esa distancia, ¿no? Hay que ponerla manualmente, la que sea. O por ejemplo aquí la campana, si desaparece la iglesia entera, no te preocupes que la campana puede desaparecer un poco antes, que no hay problema, no se nota que ha desaparecido. Sin embargo, desaparece la iglesia entera. Entonces, bueno, como los objetos móviles, puertas y ventanas son más pequeños, se pueden cambiar. Luego, por ejemplo, los bancos, como se reajustan por el tamaño y se ajustan cosas, son movibles también. Y por eso, si lo pongo aquí en el Invisibility Player Collision, pues verás que son rosas, ¿no? Entonces, estos no se ven tampoco afectados por el Cool Distance Volume. En este caso, la distancia que tengo que ajustar para esto es la misma que estos objetos pequeños, porque bueno, quiero que desaparezcan al mismo tiempo. Entonces, este le ajustaré a este valor, ¿vale? Las puertas y ventanas los ajustaré al valor de las casas, más o menos, que es lo que van en ello, ¿vale? Que son todos los que hay aquí. Y las cosas estáticas, digamos, se mueven solas. Entonces esta puerta se tiene que ajustar al tamaño, o sea, o a la distancia de la casa, no a la distancia de, por ejemplo, esta caja, aunque en tamaño son muy parecidas, ¿no? Porque en tamaño sería igual. Pero antes de poder hacer desaparecer antes la puerta, ¿vale? Que la casa, ¿de acuerdo? Pero hay que hacerlo a mano, o sea, no se afecta. Y en este caso pondré este valor el mismo que este, o parecido, porque bueno, tampoco pasa nada porque se oculte un poco antes o un poco después. Pero hay que hacerlo a mano. Efectivamente, lo que pasa es que bueno, ahora lo estoy haciendo exagerado para poder verlo yo, porque si estoy a una distancia así, me es difícil comprobar si se está ocultando o no, o en qué momento se oculta. Por eso quiero ponerme más o menos cerca, ¿ves? Y aparece la puerta y luego la casa, si te fijas. Aparece la puerta y la casa. Lógicamente porque la puerta está a esta dirección. Pero ¿qué pasa si yo estoy al otro lado y el pivot point, lógicamente, está más lejos la puerta que la casa? Pues que la puerta desaparece posiblemente antes que la casa, ¿vale? O si pongo a ver si pudiera aquí, por ejemplo, al lado, pues seguramente aparece antes la puerta de la casa. Vamos a ver si aparece ya o no aparece. Pues aparece directamente la casa y luego la puerta, ¿no? Me parece. Aparece aquí. Vale. En principio, si te fijas, aparece la casa y luego todavía hay un hueco y ahora aparece la puerta. Es decir, la puerta está apareciendo después que la casa. En este caso, que está correcto, ¿entiendes? Sin embargo, cuando yo me alejo por esta dirección, pues pasa al contrario. Es decir, primeramente seguramente se aleje la casa y luego la puerta. ¿No ves? La casa y la puerta. Por lo que tú dices, porque el pivot point no corresponde de dónde está, o sea, la distancia a la cámara de este objeto y de este, sobre todo si el edificio es más grande, pues no corresponde. ¿Qué sería conveniente en este caso? Pues que primero aparezca la casa y luego la puerta. Que primero desaparezca la puerta y luego desaparezca la casa. Lógicamente, porque se ve menos la puerta que la casa, ¿no? Y al contrario, si ya desaparece, ya desapareció todo. Entonces lo que tengo que hacer aquí es ajustar la distancia de las puertas, por ejemplo, más cerca que las casas, ¿vale? Esa es una opción, que es que desaparezcan antes, ¿vale? Por eso te digo que bueno, hay que hacerlo a mano y ya está, no hay mucho que hacer. El problema está en que como tengo muchísimos objetos de puertas y ventanas, si lo hago me tarda bastante en hacer la compilación, pero sí, hay que hacerlo a mano porque ya te digo que no se ven afectados y como tú has dicho, el pivot point es distinto y por tanto están a distinta distancia de la cámara. Pero no queda otra. Entonces, para evitar esas puertas y ventanas flotando, que en realidad están lejísimos y que tampoco sería un gran problema, bueno, pues simplemente como la puerta es más pequeña que la casa, le reduzco un poco el tamaño para que se oculte antes, que sería el equivalente a no sé, las cajas que tienes alrededor y demás, ¿no? Pero bueno, eso ya... Es decir, no va a ser perfecto, lógicamente, porque depende en qué dirección estés de la casa, te ocultará antes o después, ¿me explico? O sea, si la casa está más cerca que la puerta, primero será la puerta y luego la casa, pero si está en la dirección de la puerta, primero será la casa y luego la puerta. Nunca van a poder ser al mismo tiempo, da igual el valor que pongas, porque no están en el mismo punto, ¿no? Entonces, da igual y el pivot point donde tiene que rotarse es este, no puede ser otro, entonces no va a ocurrir nunca. Si fuesen, digamos, estáticos en ese sentido, sí, pero es que lo podría poner como estático. Pero es que no solo eso, tendría que ser el mismo pivot point para ellos para que se quitasen a la misma distancia. No puede ser porque son movibles, que esa es Esa es la gracia. Entonces pues tienen que ser movibles al... Entonces bueno, esto aquí más o menos tiene un punto en el que más o menos se alejen. Como esta distancia ahora mismo es 2500, pues para verlo yo de cerca, cuando sea 25.000, pues seguramente no lo vamos a apreciar. De hecho, si por ejemplo ahora pongo aquí 25.000, que sería la distancia real que he puesto para las casas, y este le digo aquí 23.000, pues lógicamente la puerta debería desaparecer 20 metros antes que la casa. Es una distancia suficiente, puesto que del centro de la casa a la puerta hay menos de 20 metros, en principio. Y por tanto la puerta debería desaparecer antes. Da igual en qué parte de la casa estés. Pero si yo pusiese 10 centímetros, como te digo, se desaparece en el orden en el que está enfrente de la cámara. Si yo hago desaparecer 20 metros antes la puerta, da igual en qué parte de la casa esté, la puerta va a desaparecer antes porque la casa no tiene 20 metros de largo, ¿no? O a lo mejor sí lo tiene, pero bueno, en principio no hay mucha diferencia. Por eso digo que exacto no va a poder ser. No sé, pero ¿para qué vale? Un empty object, ¿para qué lo quiere? Es decir, ¿qué hace ahí? El pivot point es donde rota. Entonces el pivot point tiene que estar pues en el eje de rotación de la puerta. Y ese es mi objeto, con lo cual ese es el que se utiliza como distancia. Que yo ponga un pivot point aquí, pero lo tengo que rotar aquí, pues me haré una rotación muy extraña. O sea, no puedo usarlo, tengo que poner este como punto de rotación, que es en el que vas a rotar, en este caso. Simplemente, ¿sabes? No sé si se podría hacer a lo mejor la rotación con respecto a un punto cualquiera que no sea, no lo sé si se puede poner, o sea, que yo hago la rotación a partir de este punto, o a partir de este, aunque en realidad el pivot point sea otro. Lo que pasa es que en este caso debería reajustar todos los pivot points a las casas en las que están, porque las casas también son de distinto tamaño, ¿no? Entonces, bueno, no sé hasta qué punto eso sea a lo mejor demasiado trabajo. Como te digo, esto lo hacemos así, seguramente vamos a ver ahora cómo desaparece la puerta antes que la casa. Sí es que podemos verlo porque la distancia es mucha y lo mismo no. Pero en principio... Yo lo que hago es eso, que las puertas las pongo el pivot point y luego si por ejemplo lo quiero rotar, lo que hago es que cambio las escenas. Cambio... La escena es la que cambia de posición para que así la rotación se haga con respecto a otra cosa. Bueno, aquí en principio las casas están suficientemente lejos, aparte que no hay árboles ni mapas ni nada, pero bueno, yo intento alejarlo lo suficiente para que desaparezca. Posiblemente la puerta ha desaparecido antes, pero no la vemos. O sea, simplemente no se ve. Y si yo sigo, pues seguramente van a desaparecer todas las casas y deberían desaparecer también las puertas, ¿no? En este sentido, aunque las ventanas no, las puertas sí. Si sigo, pues desaparecería todo. De hecho hay objetos... Ah, los objetos del mercado son los que no desaparecen. Correcto. Pero por ejemplo las vallas desaparecen a 5000, es decir, desaparecen mucho antes que... O todos los objetos del mercado, ¿lo ves? Han desaparecido todos excepto los más grandes, que lógicamente entran ya en la categoría de la casa, ¿no? Sería así. Incluso puedo poner un intermedio en el que sea ni entre 100 y 1000, sino por ejemplo 500 y puedo ir ajustando distancia a los tamaños de las cosas. Pero bueno, eso ya es mejorarlo un poco, optimización, poner más cosas de por medio. También cuando tenga o sea, las distancias reales de las cosas. Sí, pero ¿cómo lo animas en Blender? Es decir, tú haces ya la animación prehecha, es decir, haces el bake de la animación. Porque si yo a esta puerta le quiero poner que rote 30 ángulos o 80, para que no colide, por ejemplo, para que no haga choque con la puerta o con unas cajas que tengo o cosas así, tengo que ponerle los grados, se los pongo aquí, por tanto tiene que ser tipo procedural en el momento en que hago la animación, ¿no? O sea, de otro modo yo tendría ya la animación pre-bake, pero bueno, será lo mismo que hacer un sequencer, ¿sabes? Puedo hacer un sequence, pero bueno, no sé. Claro, pero si haces la animación lo que te digo es un sequence directamente que no puedo darle ningún parámetro. Ni en qué dirección, ni si es izquierda o hacia derecha, ni los grados que quiero, ni hacia adentro o hacia afuera. ¿Me explico? Entonces, por eso tengo, porque es una de las opciones que tengo en las puertas y ventanas. Puedo configurar cuántos grados y en qué dirección, o en ambas direcciones, o lo que sea. Entonces, bueno, me parece que me viene bien hacerlo en el... en el nivel, ¿no? Aquí pues, pongo una puerta y ya le digo hacia dónde se abre. Ya está. Entonces, en principio, claro, sin todos los árboles, que los árboles lógicamente ayudan, aparte de las colinas y demás que ayudan, pero aquí se ve, por ejemplo, que las casas aquí desaparecen, ¿vale? Una distancia en la que ya las casas desaparecen y no se ve el siguiente pueblo. Sí, pero como te digo, pero son las animaciones están ya prehechas. Es decir, tú ya no puedes cambiar nada. No se puede cambiar ningún parámetro, ni de velocidad, por ejemplo, de rotación, ni del tiempo, ni de los grados, ni de nada, ¿no? No se puede hacer nada. Entonces ya está pre-bake la animación y ya está. Que es lo mismo que hacer un sequence. O sea, puedo crear una secuencia y ya está. Pero bueno, incluso en el sequence le puede pasar parámetros, pero... Bueno, y desde aquí no se ve o no se debería ver prácticamente nada del pueblo. De hecho, ya algunas casas se han ocultado. Vamos a ver si le doy aquí el play. Claro, lo que pasa es que hay tantos árboles alrededor que incluso las colinas también están hechas para que tapen, lógicamente, así que... Vamos a ver, desde aquí no debería verse el pueblo. Se ve alguna casa, pero bueno, en principio da igual. De hecho es correcta la que se ve aquí, pero por ejemplo la iglesia no se ve. O sí, o sí se ve la iglesia. También hay casas. Bueno, lo que sí es cierto es que por ejemplo cuando yo esté en este pueblo aquí abajo, la distancia es suficiente ya. O sea, no me permitiría o ocultaría completamente el siguiente pueblo. Es decir, si yo estoy aquí, cuando yo esté en este pueblo, lo que yo quiero es que el otro no se vea. Es decir, lógicamente no voy a estar arriba porque estoy abajo y la misma columna me tapa. Pero querría que desde aquí no se viesen las casas, o sea, ocultase todo. Para eso voy a quitar ahora mismo una cosa que es la niebla. Simplemente de prueba. Exponential fog. Disable. Vale. Correcto, entonces lo que a mí me gustaría es eso, es que a esta distancia, que cuando estoy en este pueblo, no se viese. Es decir, todo eso estuviese oculto. Por tanto, no se pinte ninguna casa ni se pinte nada. De hecho, no se pinta ni esta. Ahora sí se pinta. Ahora no. Correcto. Es decir, esa es mi idea, que cuando yo esté en esta casa o en este pueblo, todo lo que hay en el otro pueblo no se vea. Y al contrario, cuando esté en este pueblo, quiero que todo lo que haya aquí esté oculto con el cool distance, para que me evite pintar, digamos, dos pueblos al mismo tiempo. Y ya organizaré, lógicamente, el resto de, por ejemplo, castillos o otros pueblos, de lo mismo, una distancia mínima en la que esa distancia oculte, bien con colinas parcialmente, o bien con el cool distance, me oculte los otros pueblos. Es decir, que en realidad solo pinte el pueblo en el que estás más o menos y algunas casas de por aquí alrededor, algunos árboles. Incluso los árboles también te tapan para que no se vea el popping en absoluto de ninguna cosa, ¿no? Y aquí se ven un montón de pequeñas cosas, pero porque son pues las puertas y ventanas que me he dejado, lógicamente, que es todo lo que está random. Y que según me vaya acercando, pues tienen que irse viendo. Aquí ya por ejemplo se ven las casas. Aquí deberían desaparecer las casas, correcto. Podría incluso usar algún otro valor, como es por ejemplo la iglesia, que fuese más grande. Pero bueno, no, en principio no. Según me voy acercando, estoy viendo dónde empezarían a pintarse, por ejemplo, los props más pequeños, ¿no? Sería por aquí. Aquí se ve ya este carro. Aquí ya se ven los props, por ejemplo. Eso es correcto. Todo esto ya se iría pintando. Lógicamente nunca voy a estar tan arriba, ¿no? Y la niebla también me ayuda a que tape los árboles y tal, pero en principio yo creo que está bien de distancia. Me ayudará seguramente en el rendimiento al ocultarme un montón de cosas, dependiendo en qué parte del mapa esté, lógicamente. Incluso me parece que todas estas vallas están a 5000. En vez de estar aquí a 10.000 como está la otra parte o algo, me parece que están incluso a 5000 y se ocultan mucho antes. Porque también al estar en silueta con las casas, pues lógicamente ves la casa pero no ves ya la valla. Entonces todas estas se ocultan incluso mucho antes. Las vallas por defecto están mucho antes ocultas. Aquí pues bueno, en cuanto vaya un poco al camino, es decir, aquí ya está. Aquí ya no se ven, por ejemplo el mercado ya no se ve, pero es que habría que estar en un punto como por ejemplo aquí. Y aquí habría partes del mercado que no se ven. O sea, ya habría objetos del mercado que se están ocultando. Lo que pasa es que primero tengo la niebla, que la pondré aquí, la niebla. Ayuda a que algunas cosas no se vean y por supuesto si pongo los árboles no se ve absolutamente nada. Entonces los mismos árboles también me ayudan a que las cosas se oculten. Y cuando estén desaparecidas no se pinten, ni siquiera se ve porque hay árboles de por medio, ¿no? En realidad mi idea era que incluso estando a esta parte del mapa, aquí, ya no se pintase por ejemplo el pueblo. Pero bueno, pintándose, o sea, quitándose todo el mercado, que es todas las cositas más pequeñas. Y luego, por ejemplo, todos los interiores de las casas, que tampoco están porque son objetos muy pequeños. En realidad solo tiene 8 casas o 10 casas que se están pintando. Pero bueno, en realidad son 10 objetos, no es gran cosa lo que está pintando. Tampoco tienen muchísimos triángulos, una casa tiene a lo mejor 3000 o 4000. Es decir, 10 objetos son 40.000, que es lo mismo que un personaje. Tampoco es una exageración de pintar. Pero bueno, si te quitas todas las pequeñas, que son sobre todo muchos Drawcal. A lo mejor son 100 Drawcal realmente que no necesitas pintar porque está demasiado lejos. Hasta ahí. Luego las casas como tal, las casas grandes se ven, aunque por ejemplo el banco que hay aquí no se vea, pero la casa sí. Con lo cual ya te da la impresión de que está todo, ¿no? Y según te acercas, pues lógicamente está. Pues aquí por ejemplo el banco desaparece. Y si nos acercamos, pues seguramente aparecerá. Ya está aquí otra vez el banco y así. Es decir, todos los objetos aparecen en el mercado, pero si te alejas, pues desaparecen. A mí me parece que está bien, o sea, de distancia está más o menos bien. Todos estos objetos pequeños pasa igual, si nos alejamos, todos los objetos pequeños desaparecen y solo nos quedan las casas grandes, para que así pues parezca que todo está en orden. ¿Dónde está? Ahí desaparece todo. Solo quedan quizás las vallas. Quizá habría que reducir un poco el tamaño para las casas, porque por ejemplo aquí hay una serie de objetos que se podrían quitar y dejar única y exclusivamente las casas, que sería lo único que me gustaría que quedase, digamos, en el horizonte, las casas en sí. Pero ya está. Por ejemplo, aquí estoy viendo las puertas y ventanas de esto. Aquí vemos las puertas y ventanas de esa casa, pero no se ve la casa. Si me acercase por el camino, a qué distancia se ven. Que en realidad, aparte de los árboles, es que el camino en sí tapa, ¿no? Por ejemplo, aquí hacia el pop de la casa. Popping, vamos a ver si vemos aquí por los árboles. Pues sí, vemos que aparece la casa, pero bueno, en realidad está un poco lejos. Si aparte le ponemos niebla, aunque la casa desaparece, tampoco se aprecia mucho el cielo. Yo creo que la distancia está bien. De todos modos hay que obligarse, hay que elegir, porque al ser algo así como mundo abierto, lógicamente hay que reducir el rendimiento y hay que quitar cosas como que eso, que los árboles aparezcan más o menos cerca o se quiten pronto. Pero bueno, todo eso hay que hacerlo, no nos queda más remedio. Si no, aquí igual todo esto, aparte que ya he hecho yo lo que digo, he hecho el terreno de tal modo que hay una curva, eso tapa completamente el pueblo, tapas completamente el otro pueblo. Si te metes aquí, por ejemplo, no ves todavía, aquí el pueblo no se ve hasta que no estás realmente cerca, y el mismo terreno hace el cooling para evitar pintar todo el pueblo. Una vez que entras aquí, lógicamente pues el pueblo tiene que verse entero, pero hay tantas curvas ya y tantas montañas aquí, aparte de la distancia, que el otro pueblo ya no se ve, no se pinta, vamos, no hay nada pintado. Por eso estaba calculando las distancias mínimas entre pueblos y la distancia en el cool distance, para que me oculte y solo pinte uno de los dos. Aparte de eso hay que ajustar las puertas y demás, que es lo que estaba aquí haciendo. Puertas y ventanas para que se ajusten. Y me hace falta los Windows Manor. Y voy a hacer lo mismo. La distancia que hay que poner aquí es 23 y 23. Para que no lo tengamos ya. Vale, ¿qué más? Vale. Esto tiene muchas menos instancias, lógicamente esto es más rápido. Vamos este. No sé si estoy usándolas todas o algunas incluso no se usan, no tiene algún problema, pero bueno, en principio las voy a cambiar todas a la misma distancia por si acaso, y así todas las distancias que haya. Que en realidad esto no debería ni siquiera afectar navigation. Rendering collision, affect navigation. Porque bueno, en realidad las puertas, las ventanas están en paredes, y las paredes sí afectan al navigation, por lo cual esto no nos hace falta que esté afectando al navigation. Tendríamos que no aquí, y para el rendering tendríamos max distance. Hello Shiroikuma, welcome. Well, not really. What I was just doing today is trying to adjust the school distance volume, but as you probably know, this is also only affecting static meshes, which is working well. I was just adjusting the distance, but the problem is that I have my windows and doors, they are interactive, so they are just moving, and then in that case they are movable and they are not being affected for this school distance volume. So what I need to do is manually creating the max draw distance for them, and I was just trying to adjust the same distance for the doors, windows, and the houses that they are just containing. It's completely impossible to do them, so we're just talking about this because the viewpoint is being in a different place. The one that I'm using for rotating is not the center of the house, and also different houses have different size, so it's impossible to be matching completely the same for all of them. But anyway, this is not really a big problem. What I was just doing is creating some distance for houses and then smaller distance for windows and doors, so they are disappearing a bit before. As they are a bit far, there's not a problem that you are not see popping and then you lose the windows and doors before you are leaving the house, but that's fine. So I was just trying to adjust this distance, and that is going well. Also, I have fog, so it's also helping with this, and you cannot see well. And I have all the trees, that is also helping with this. And I was creating also the level with the same thing in my head, so that's the reason that I have, for example, like small curve in the river, which is more interesting and nicer. But also you have a couple of hills here, so it's impossible to be in front of both of the towns, so you are here or just there. So in that case, distance is enough between them to completely hide this town when you are in this one, and then you are just only painting the one that you are there. So that's a good thing for that. And so I was just creating such distance for things that are movable, and I was just trying to adjust everything. On, for example, I have also this interactive. I will create the one that I need is this seat also. So I was just adjusting the thing that I have movable for this also here, and needs to be in that case the distance is smaller, because so I have here the size of the object and the distance that is just disappearing. So for smaller things are disappearing faster, and something bigger takes a bit longer. And this one is for houses, so this is 25,000 centimeters for that, so it's like 250 meters disappearing. And then I was trying to adjust like 230 meters disappearing for doors and windows, which is definitely less than the house, because they don't have houses like 20 meters long, or from the center to the windows and doors 20 meters. So in that case, it's more or less disappearing at the same time. Impossible to be, because depending on which orientation of the house you are, but more or less they are just disappearing. And for example, in this case, I'm doing the same distance for smaller things like this. So 10,000 for this will be, I think it's enough. So the small things are disappearing faster than houses, because they are really small on screen. And then biggest things like, for example, house and things like that are just being later, but also fog, hills and trees are helping with that. So also the design of the level is just thinking about this to cut down a few things, so you cannot see them. Or for example, if you are going on this trail, is the enough distance for all the small things that you have in the market. So just going on this way, the market is not being painted, but you have only a few houses. In case that you are just trying to cross this hill, those will appear, but also not everything, and you have a few trees here that is just hiding you to see everything like that, you know. Yeah, the lot is also there, so just being we still are painting but with less resolution, but in that case it's completely hiding the thing, so they are just disappearing completely. I will just show you, I will just so a few things here. I'm not sure if I finished this or no. So this static mesh is having 1000 compile, so that's fine. So I will just hide, for example, just for testing, the fog that I have here, which is just easy to see, so not visible. Okay, so we can see, I can just also hide this for testing. So the thing is, and also the trees are here. The thing is, this town you cannot see there. There are a few things, the markets, I know which one. If you are staying here, which is the space that I'm planning to do this new town, so being here you cannot see another town at all. But if I'm going on this direction, they will appear when I'm going something like in the middle of the trail. So you see a few houses here. Also the trees are just helping with this one, just hiding everything. I will remove also the trees so it's easy to see. So the houses are appearing on the way that I'm going. Of course this one is appearing later, but being from this point you cannot see exactly what is happening. So let's say from this point, in case that they are also disappearing, the thing is that I have this small curve that is just hiding everything, as I say. So you are not sure if the houses are there or not because you cannot see them. So in case you go closer, they already appear. So even not being painted are more or less being calculated to be on this hill. In case that you are in that part, you are closer, so in that case they are being painted earlier. And the same is for this distance, so if being from this point the town is not being painted and disappear. And if I'm going on this town, this is exactly the same for the another town. So from this point, for example, you cannot see the houses just as a reference for the town, so the town is being even earlier, but I mean this is the reference for the house, so just being here they disappear, you know? So like leaving this town will start painting the next town, things like that. So something in the middle you should see both of them, but usually you will be in one town or another town, so that's fine. So you have here everything, or for example the small things for small props for the market. I'm going just a bit far, so they start just disappearing, so they disappear already, you see. So they are just disappearing, the small one, and that's keeping the big one. So I don't have any props on, even here it's completely empty, only keeping the bigger one. And being far already will just disappear the houses. Or for example this one here disappeared already, so you see this house disappearing. And this is something that I was expecting. For example here you disappear both of them, so you see them disappearing, which is also by design. You have this small hill here, so you cannot see when they are just popping, but in case that you are being a bit closer they already appears, and in case that you are going to the trail they are already there, so it's not really popping in front of you, but only the place where you are a bit out. So when you go, let's say down here, they disappear, you know, like this distance, this one. So being here they disappear. If you try to go closer they already appear, and then you have access to this hill and they are already there. So this kind of things that I was just defining the level also, with a lot of small hills or cliffs or things like that, just really hiding every single part of the game. Yeah, things like that. Yeah, it's just trying to adjust all the values that should be there, which will just take some time. But for example, with the fog plus all the trees, it's almost impossible to see anything. Let's see here, the house is still there. Just going on this point, they should disappear. And even being, for example, let's say in this hill, which give me access to this point, but it's already too far, and with a lot of trees that, well, it's almost impossible to have the house there or not. And the same with the town. At the moment it is completely empty, but planning to be of course also trees. That is also helping with this hiding everything. And also the terrain I'm using also for cooling cooling triangles, police, so this one is cooling all the town. So anyway, any place that you are using, everything is just against you, hiding everything, and then try to avoid these performance problems. There are two options. I'm just giving the same for people, but for Twitch they are taking half of the money, just because I was giving you the platform and everything like that. Patreon is taking, I think, around 5%, plus something that you are taking from PayPal, but Patreon is paying for every month. Well, it's the same here because you can just pay in subscribing, and you have also every month the same money. In that case, I think is for me is 2 times better Patreon than being here in Twitch. But if you are doing here in Twitch, you have also the icons here, and I think that you are doing from this Prime or things like that, you have also some benefits on, for example, something that you are ordering on Amazon, they are just sending you for free or things like that. So I think you as user, you have more benefits doing that on Twitch. But only counting on my side, on my money, I mean, it's just better Patreon or even just PayPal. I don't know, anyway you want to support the project. That's, of course, I'm really happy you are just putting some money. But if you are just coming here as many others that don't have money, just to support the game and giving your opinion, or just being here, is really more than enough, and I really appreciate it. But of course, if you are just put some money, of course you can do that. And as you see, for example, in Patreon, because for me, let's say the goals are the same here and there, all the money will be just buying license or models for the game. So I will just put exactly, where the money is going, and not just taking money for living, because it's not so big money. But for example, buying this speed tree that I was just trying to buy this one, another guy was also helping me. More or less is almost enough money for buying 1 month there. So I'm just planning to have and replace all those trees that I really hate them. So yeah, I will try to do things like that. We sell mega skunks a bit more expensive, so this is something for the future. I was also checking on this substance painter. Oh, okay, perfect. So I was just explaining that you have some benefits there, but it's of course up to you. What is better for you? I will really be grateful for you. Any of them, or just as I say, just coming here is also great. And in the future, I would like to buy also a new computer. Man, that's why it's going so slow. But yeah, in the meantime, I have time to talk with people, just checking the chat and everything, because my computer is just frozen quite often. I really don't know why it's so slow. It's 100 kilobytes. Are you serious? What's happening with my hard drive? Yeah, this is the first thing that I should buy. Any computer. That's true. Definitely. Okay, finally. So as you see, with a lot of things like hills, trees, distance, fog, and everything like that is just helping with that. Well, as you see, my computer will be just burning. Of course, I need to buy just a PC and not just using a laptop. And the first thing is probably more RAM, because as you see here, like 8 gigabytes, 99% all the time. If I'm just checking here, even I'm using like 78 megabytes free now, and it's just taking bigger all the time. So I have also kind of trashing the hard drive because I'm using this swapping. So the first thing is just having more RAM. Even the level is not really big, as I say, this is not really big. from this point you can see. I was just trying to explain that this one is oops, no. This is 250 meters here, and this is 500 meters. So it's really not even 1 kilometer square. It's really small, and I don't have a lot of things. I mean, there are a lot of them here, and then small spots, not really all the map, procedural with a lot of creatures, something like that. Yeah, mainly it's Unreal Engine. So you can see here that is 4 gigabytes, and OS is just using a few, and Chrome that is just using the tabs that I have for the chat, and that's more or less that's all. So all the things, the rest are just like 30 megabytes, nothing. I mean, it's completely nothing. So yeah, it's Unreal. And the thing is, when I'm, for example, opening the blueprints, they are taking all the code for compiling blueprints and many other things like the editor. So it's taking much more. When I'm only doing like level design and never opening blueprints, it's taking me less because my level is not really so big. But yeah, but I need to do everything. So no, the map is really small. As I said, like the map is really small. The only thing is maybe the terrain is a bit bigger. I mean, but this is like 200 meters by 500 meters. It's not really 1 kilometer square. So it's really, I think it's really small map. There's not a big map, you know. Yeah. No worries. The main language on the streaming is English, and if I'm alone or nobody's asking, I'm just doing all the streaming on English. But sometimes there are just people coming here, and we are like 3 guys in Spanish. Just makes not much sense for English. Well, later just putting the videos on YouTube, but I mean it's fine. But so usually I use English. For example, yesterday was coming a group of new people. They were just coming from another streaming. They were just Russian, and I was just using Russian for maybe half an hour, 1 hour, because all things are just coming, and I just try to help them. So maybe people from Spain or England, they have a few problems understanding that. No para ti, Besia, porque yo sé que tú entendías ya, lo tenías ya controlado, o sea que... Oh, Jesus! Thank you so much, everybody. There's a lot of people coming here. How is it going? Oops. Went well? Oops. Come on. Sorry for the delay. Just coming. Wait. Exactly. I don't know where is your... There's a sound, but it's not here. Well, for some reason you don't have your notification, which is quite bad. But should be, you know. Hello Top Ray, welcome. For all the new people that's just coming here from the another streaming, Everbreak Art, that's just giving me this hosting. I would like just to show you how the project is more or less. So for all of them coming. That's sweet, yeah, exactly. So sometimes it happens, you are just hosting someone and someone is hosting you, and then at the same time it's just people jumping from 3 different streaming or things like that. So yeah, so thank you for the hosting. Everybody are sending me all those people. So for the new people coming, I will just try to show you a bit of the project if this is the first time that you have been here. This is a medieval RPG without combat, and the thing is like kind of old school RPG, so you need to progress doing like a small quest task, dialogue with NPCs, and buying, selling, and also working on the home garden farms and gathering resources from the forest. Who's coming here? The hero of no one. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. So you can just work here on the home gardens. You can also have dialogues with the NPCs to progress, and you have all the market here for selling. You need also to go to the church every day to keep your levels. I will just play here so you see more or less how it's going. Just playing. I really appreciate it. This is helping a lot. Every brave art. really. And I like that people is just watching other streamings and they know that other people is also doing things. Sometimes people just sitting down on your streaming and they didn't even check others. So you see here, this is your player, so this first person coming all the time, single player. And you have, for example, here the market where you can just buy and sell items and then keep your money. And you have your main menu. This is of course not finished game, but you have to hear the time of the day because the game is working on 24 hours also. You have here the hands that you have with your items, and you have your indices like being tired or not. You need to sleep also during nights, and you can also sit and rest and improve this one. You have also the religion level that you need to keep high, just praying every day, and also the hungry level, so you need to eat things like that. Well, the sounds is yeah, it's all day. And you have here the mission that at the moment is not here. This is just for testing. This is just the editor. So you have a few things like that. I will show you, for example, a few of mechanics like a dialogue here. So you can just talk with this guy. And you have also interaction with all the doors and windows. So this is your character that you can just play some dialogues at the moment. You have doors and windows interactive. Everything is here interactive like windows with dynamic leg. You have in that house, for example, bowls, benches. This is empty, but you can put a few things here. You have chairs or benches. You have also beds for sleeping. Yeah, so you can do a lot of things like that. You can also do crafting. So I will go for the big house, so you can see how more or less is the crafting working. In this case, I'm using like a universal case for opening all the doors. In the game, you don't have everything going. As for example, here you have the receipts. We don't have the ingredients now, but I think we have, for example, this one. So to create this wet floor, we need seeds that we have already, so we can make this one. And as you see, the time that you are progressing this one, the time is passing. In front of you, you have already this item in your inventory. Of course, I have lots of things. Or you have any other here. What's coming here? Eprimal, sorry, Eprimal. Thank you for the follow. Also, welcome. So you can see here more recipes that I can create in different places for that. So this is one of the way to crafting things or producing things that you don't have. Yeah, this is Unreal Engine also. Yeah. And you have things like the water mill, where you can just produce another things with all sounds and everything. You can see that everything is working inside. You have the stone working, and all the buildings that you see, you can go inside in the game. Everything. So let's show you, for example, the chart, which is not completely finished. So the game is not finished, that's perfectly fine, but I'm just working on things like that. So you can see, for example, the chart is completely done also inside, or you can go to the tower, so you can go to the top, and everything is workable. So you can go, all the buildings are a real one and not just fake houses, completely empty walls. So you can see here that we are arriving to the top of the chart. I just hear the bell, which is just playing 2 times a day. So this is the place for being to the chart, and you can be here, for example, sitting on all those places. As you see, you can just sit on the benches. It's giving you the option to sit, and you need to go to the chart a couple of times per day. And you have also in the towns things like that, the crosses that you can just use for religion. So all of them are interactive, as you see. And this is working the same as any other interactive thing. So you don't have any control about the time, but you are, for example, sitting here and resting. The time is passing faster, so you can see, for example, the shadows around. You can see this clock working in the middle, so the time is passing. The clouds are moving, so, and you are resting, so you have this tidiness on the left that you are being improving. I have a lot of debug messes, so forget about this on the screen. And you see that you are just playing at this time of the day, so you are just playing on the whole day. Oh, thank you everyone, thank you again, and have a good night, because I know it's late for you, like maybe 3 AM, something like that. So have a rest. Thank you. Hope to see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Good night. So you have dialogues for all the NPCs, you have all the houses, and they have plants. Yeah. So you have a few mechanics. For example, you can also plant in the farms. Let me see if I can just plant on this farm. Not anymore, but I can just create someone for planting. So let's say I would like to show you planting, but I can go to any other place. For example, I don't know, here we have more space for planting. Well, let's play a bit. So the idea is you have a story to follow, you have few towns. In that case, you have, this is the first town where you have all the buildings for, well, 6 AM, really? Yeah. I was thinking it's like a 3 AM, that's really all the night, so you are just sleeping in the morning. So you have few towns for following the story, and every town will have few things like things to do there. And you have, in that case, for example, the market, the church, some buildings, farmhouse, garden, and you have also here in this area already they was creating the manor house, which is not completely finished, but I mean you have at least this area. And as I say, all the buildings you can go inside. Some of them of course are not finished and they don't have furniture at the moment, but well, anyway, they are done and you can go all the buildings or even here. Most of them are empty because the game is not finished, of course, but you have all this area. And I was also creating some communal farms for that. So you have here also communal farms with few buildings. And I was creating another areas that should be at this time. This is around 13th century, so you have also, for example, here the sawmill, where I was just creating also some of the gameplay here. And I was creating also the new trail for a new town that I was just planning to start on Monday. So I was just creating all this area, populating all the map around this. So just taking a few trails. Some areas are still completely empty, but I was creating this small forest. I was creating yesterday also those communal farms here, and I can just show you here how farming is working also for the game. So let me just change this one for testing. We'll just own by player, and we can play here. So one of the mechanics that you have also is just planting on the home garden or farms. And for that, what you need to have is just seeds and then tools and things like that. By default, of course, it is debug, so I have everything. So you can just plant. This is freeform plant, so I'm planting, for example, here. You see this really small, and then you can work on it, farming, and then the time is passing again faster because you are working on it. This one is growing, as you see, and you can work every day a bit. After a few days, you can just harvest this one. So it's just taking this one, going to your inventory, so you can just plant more and then working on it also. So just working, time is passing faster and you are feeling tired and hungry, so that's why you have those indicators on the left button. And yeah, so that's the way to, for example, produce items that you can already later you can just sell or just use for crafting any other thing that you need. That's how this is progressing. I will just fix this one, and what I'm planning to do is just extending this map and creating on Monday. I want to start here, this area that I was just already keeping here empty for the new town, so I will create a new town here, and on the other side I will create the manor house, the lower one, and also the church, something different. So every model that you have seen here, the trees, the grass, flowers, all the fences, houses, props, the markets, everything I was just creating by myself. I was doing on Blender, and I was creating most of them also during streaming. So everything that you see here, like textures, all the buildings, for example the charts completely I was doing on streamings, a lot of props, and all the houses, many other things like bridges, things like that. So all of them I was just creating on streamings. And if you want to check last streaming or last broadcast, you can just check the YouTube channel I have here. So I have a YouTube channel, sorry, my fault. So you have the YouTube channel with all the videos that I was just creating the last streaming for almost a year. I was working on this project for a year, and you can check maybe some things like the flowers you want to see, or the manor house, or I don't know, this platform river, many things that I was just creating, or even just level design if you are more interested on some part of them. so you can just check at any time, and I'm uploading later to YouTube all the streaming that I'm doing, just in case that someone want to check something that I didn't pass, or just in case that you are not coming here for the time that I'm doing the streaming, you can just follow the development more or less, just following the videos. So this is something that is just providing, maybe this is for you. You have more pictures on Twitter, you have more information on the website, and I have also a Discord channel to talk if I'm just out of the streaming. So that's the idea, creating a few towns and also a few castles, and the story is just progressing from different locations. And the main idea for progressing is just crafting, harvesting, dialogues, and buying and selling. So you don't really need the combat to progress with the skill trees. That is not finished also, the skill trees, but that's the main idea, like old school RPG but without combat. All the things, all the mechanics, you can for example gather also resources from the forest, herbs, crafting herbs and things like that. So this is the more or less how the game is progressing. Initially there is no die, so you are not dying, nobody's just attacking you for example, but you need to talk with many of the NPCs that you have all around the map, obtaining things, giving them like mission or side missions, and then progressing on that. So what I was doing for today is also working on performance. So I was just create like cool distance volume, and I was also adjusting all the distance for things like door windows that are movable, so they are not being affected for this cool distance volume, and I was just adjusting to be all of them at the same distance. And the main thing is just having like one single town being painted at the same time. So just removing for example the trees to see is easier. The distance for this town being just disappearing before or almost when you are arriving, let's say, to this another town. And this is the same distance for them, so in case that you are in this town you will not see the another one, and so on. And also I was using those hills, cliffs all around to hide most of the things, so using this terrain also for cool distance or just cooling, just hiding a lot of things. And finally I have also the fog that is just hiding a bit the things that you see, so doing harder to see if they are just popping or not. And also having a lot of trees that they are also hiding most of the things, so you cannot see all of them. So I was working a bit on performance, but more or less it's working quite well. My laptop is really bad, so see, if you have been just reading the description, you see I'm using a laptop, not the last one and not the best one, so this is going a bit slow, plus also with OBS. But people just was testing, and with some Nvidia like 960 or 970 they were reporting more than 100 frames, so more or less working fine. The map is not so big at the moment with the thing that I have, and I'm just increasing, but at the same time that I'm increasing, trying to keep low about the performance, so taking care about longer distance, or for example all the loads that I was creating, or yeah, cool distance volume for props, things like that. So yeah, the performance is fine at the moment, but I would like to keep down all the time. So instead of just doing everything at the same time, or in the end, I would like to be doing at the time that I'm doing, or increasing the map. So for Monday, what I want to do is just create here a new town and populate also this area. Probably I will need to model like custom models for the house and church, and maybe I will add also a few variations or new houses to be more variation of not doing everything the same. But for example here I was just reusing all the assets that I have already that I did, so I was just reusing them and creating something a bit different. So I will be populating the map until Monday. We'll try to populate the map with all those areas, maybe creating for more trails going on the new town. Yeah, so as you see it's completely empty because it's the area that I was just planning to fill with this town. And after that I will create also a castle here. I have already something, so I'm planning to extend the map on this direction and create here a castle, and of course connecting all the trails, hills and things like that. Yeah, that's the idea. So if you have any question about the project, if you have been here for the first time, maybe there is something that is not clear, or you want to see more detail any part, or you have questions about game development, Unreal, or about this project. If you have any questions, just let me know if I can just help you. So because there are some people here that was just maybe repeating a few times the same things, but if you have been here for the first time, yeah, maybe you have a few questions like how the game is going, or are you planning to do, I don't know, some things or mechanics, things like that. Yeah, so see, I can just walk around to see how the game looks, and I can also play manually. Of course, I can just change the time of the day so you see how the world cycle is working. So I can just, let's say, pass faster the time, and then this is just going faster to see all the time is coming, and I can, let's say, for example, play something like now with this completely different time of day, and you see here, for example, the time is just moving and it's being not dark yet, but something like that. So you see this completely different lining for the game. So you can play, let's say, day, night, and this kind of open world because there is no limit to go to any place that you want. So I can just go in this direction, any place, you know, not any problem with any direction that I want to take. I can even walk the river. So there is no limit on the map. You have a lot of things like doors here, interactive also, farms. You have also the toilet that you can use, doors here. So yeah, you have a lot of interactive things all around the map. Okay, open this. And all the buildings that you can go there, the market. You have another area here I didn't show you. That. So you have also a well here. You can just take water, gathering water from the well, and use this water for crafting or things like that. So you see there are a lot of things already here. I think this one has already furniture, not all of them, but most of the houses are already completed, and still missing some of the gameplay for those areas, of course, because the game is in the middle, not finished at all. So different markets have different products that you can just buy and sell. You can try this guy. And I was just implementing, not finished, also fishing. So this is another of the resource that you can just use for gathering just fish, and then this food and also selling. So that's cool. You can just use this one. You have storage houses here. This guy. Okay, open this. You have a lot of props on the game that you can just use as checking. A lot of people. For example, this is the mechanic for praying. But it's just working the same as any other mechanic. So this is the only way that you have to control the time. But it's just moving, not directly, but every time that you are doing something, let's say boring, for example sleeping, you can see that this is just passing faster, so you don't really need to wait for 8 hours. Otherwise the time is passing like 1 minute in game is 1 minute in real time. So it's like real time game, but of course all the boring things are passing faster, so you don't really need to wait for all the things like that. But yeah, for example during nights all the NPCs are going home, or for example the market is empty, so you cannot just go there. Well, about the story, I didn't start implementing on the game, but I have, for example, all the things like the missions that are already working, and I have missions connecting, for example, when you are just buying things or collecting seeds, things like that. That's part of the story in fact. But I didn't implement yet let's say the first mission of the game, but most of the things that I need to do for implementing this one I have already, so I was creating with this one in my mind. So I was just creating like you can detect when you are, for example, buying things, like buying tools or collecting sand or planting or things like that. So all of them are just giving me a kind of notification to the missions. I have this mission manager, so all of them are giving me notification. I can just control most of the things of the game, for example missions. So missions are being notified when you are buying, collecting things, harvesting, planting, or things like that. Or even just going to some houses or having dialogue with people, things like that. But no, I didn't start with a real story yet, but I have a lot of things for implementing this one, which was really not easy at all, and I'm happy that I have this one already, so I can create more or less easy missions and just being kind of listening. So adding listener for events, so they are just being notified, and after that they can just manage the missions. I need to create also the skill trees, because it's also being notified but not enough, so this is something that I need to create also. But I just wanted to finish this town at least, or have more space for creating the story, doing things like that. So yeah. What I wanted to do is sleeping, so I will go to some house that is going to sleep. Okay, I will just show how to sleep this one, and this is the last thing that I'm showing here. So in case you are sleeping, as you see here, this you are tired, it will be passing time faster, and it's completely black, of course. Okay, so in that case, it's just waking up at night. So are just walking during night. This is completely black. I have a small torch, so I can just use this one. But as you see, it's completely black, and you can play also day and night. You have different sounds, and everything is just working. I'm just reading everything they say here. No zombies, nothing to do, nothing. Yeah, this is a story that I need to follow with a few mechanics. So I'm just leaving here because it's a bit late for me today. I was just taking longer because a lot of people just coming here, of course. So finish here the streaming for now, but I will be streaming again in around 5 hours this afternoon because I have a second session in the evening. So in case you want to join, just you can come later, and I will continue probably with level design, adding a few things on the new area. So I hope you enjoyed learning something and know more about the project. So thank you everyone for coming. That was coming also for this host. Thank you everyone, and I hope you have a nice day or evening, afternoon that you have, and I hope to see you next time here. Thank you everyone for coming. See you next time. Bye bye.